this leg of my journey was different. I didn't have a chance to interact with many people, but I did visit a few sites that were definitely interesting. My drive from Tulsa to Amarillo followed the historic Route 66, and I found myself making frequent stops at the many attractions on the way. Since its official decommission in the 1980s, Route 66 hasn't produced tourists like it used to. So many towns along the old Route 66 use different tactics to get drivers to visit their towns again. Outside the town of Groom, Texas, motorists are puzzled by this leaning water tower. I have to admit its effectiveness because it obviously convinced me to exit. A few miles ahead, I saw this cross in the distance. It claims to be the largest cross in the US, and I definitely believe it. I saw a sign for the Palo Duro Canyon State Park, which is nicknamed the Grand Canyon of Texas. The view from both the top and the bottom was spectacular. I did meet someone there who told me a little bit about Palo Duro when the cowboys roamed its plains.
Howdy folks, and welcome to the Palo Duro Canyon. When I first came here with my cowboys and cattle, the floor of this canyon was covered with 10,000 buffalo. Actually, they should be called bison. We had to drive them as far up the canyon as we could, about 15 miles, so there would be room for my cattle. Red dust clouds rose up everywhere. The tremendous roar echoed off the canyon. The uprooting and crashing of the scrub cedars made one of the grandest and most interesting sights that I've ever seen.
I started getting a little hungry, so I searched Amarillo for a good Texan meal. I arrived at the Big Texan, home of the free 72-ounce steak. It's the most popular eatery in Amarillo, and if you eat an entire 72-ounce steak in 1 hour, the meal is completely free. The inside was just as flashy as the outside, and the meal was both spicy and delicious. Being in Texas, after the meal, I decided to top it off with some shooting. On my way to Albuquerque, I stopped by the Cadillac Ranch. 10 Cadillacs that were buried into the sand by an artist from San Francisco. The display has now become a canvas for passerbys to stop and add their own piece of art. To keep with tradition, I added my own piece.
Now I'ma say this one time, boy, and that's my word. We rock the shot, then knock fire through the Hendon.